Is he the right one? I know we've all asked ourselves that question if we've been dating any amount of time or we're considering marriage, whatever it is that we're doing. But I want to talk to us today about knowing if he is the one. I know we talk a lot about prosperity and growth mindset, and a part of that is making sure that we're making wise decisions. And our decisions in our relationships also impact how well we do as far as our personal growth goes. So I'm going to tackle this topic today because I've got several questions from people about how to know if he is the right one. They have been asking for someone, they've been looking for someone has shown up, or they've been in a relationship with this person for a matter of time. And so they want to know, is this it? So today on Hey Sister by Too Cute Sister, we're going to tackle this topic. And first thing I want to say is you have to ask yourself, how does this person treat me? This is going to be the key. How does this person treat me? Are they nice? Are they respectful? Do they respect me? Are they doing things that make me not feel respected? When I can answer that question, when I can tell whether I am being respected, if I am being loved and cherished, then I can answer the question of, is this person the person for me? Okay, so I hate to throw this in here, but I have to. When we look at biblical principles, one of the main things they tell us to do is to get someone who loves us as that person loves themselves. They talk about loving the wife as Christ loved the church, but does this person love me the same way he loves himself? Am I a priority for him? And when I talk about priorities, I mean, do this person make the relationship, is it important? Is it important enough for him to make time for it? And a lot of us may keep the time part to the curb, but if this guy is not making time for you, if he has to work all the time and there's no time for you, if you can deal with that, great, but most people can't. How are you building a relationship if you're not spending any time together? If you're not talking, if you're not with each other, how is there a relationship? I can watch TV and have a relationship with my favorite television show if all I'm doing is just seeing them on occasion. And I probably do spend more time with that television show than I do with some people. But hey, that's how it goes. But when you talk about time, the things that we care about, we make time for. Think about it. If you really love it, if it's important to you, you're going to make time for it. How are you treating it? Is he treating you nice? Is he abusive to you? If this person is being abusive to you, that's not loving you as he loves himself. He's generally not beating on himself. So if he's beating you or being physically abusive to you, he can sit here and cry and tell you how much he loves you and he won't do it again all day long. But the chances are very good that he's going to do it again. This is a habit. This is a pattern that's going to repeat itself over and over again. If you buy into it, then trust me, you're stuck because he's going to do it again. Oh, but I provoked him. You know, it's amazing how we as women can come up with the most excuses for men. We will justify behavior that we know is bad behavior. I provoked him. I made him. I started with him. Okay, but that doesn't mean he had to respond the way he responded. This is a pattern. And I can talk about it because years and years ago, when I was a very young woman, I got involved with someone who was abusive. And one of the lies the person would tell was, oh, I love you, I'll never do it again. Oh, he was always so sorry, and he would bring me the best gifts afterwards. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. This is a pattern. This is something he does, and he's going to continue to do it. Okay, is this person willing to help you financially? Financially. If you're talking about building a future with someone, then you have to look at the financial aspect. Because if you do marry them, then what is yours becomes his, and what's his becomes yours. And if he cannot help you, then how is he an asset to your relationship? I think as women, especially us, we begin to accept situations that are relationships that are really going nowhere. And we have all bought into that constant. It's a shortage of men. You can't find any men. There aren't any men out there. There's one man to every 10 women, and black women can't get married. The devil is a lie. You can't get married. You can't have someone. You can't have high standards. I'm not saying have those standards so high that no one can meet them, but have high standards and expectations for yourself. You can't have someone. That's a lie from the enemy. It wants you to think that so that you will settle for less than the best. You want someone that can help you financially. I'm not saying he has to be the breadwinner, because in today's society, sometimes the woman is the breadwinner. But is he willing to contribute? Maybe he's a stay-at-home dad or stay-at-home husband. Okay, so is he keeping the kids? Is he keeping the house taken care of? What is he contributing to your relationship? If it's not going to be financial, then what is it going to be? And we have to get beyond the physical. Oh, he's so wonderful. Oh, is that going to pay your bills? Is that going to pay your bills? And if you're looking at he's so wonderful at that, then are you going to allow him to go do that and help take care of the bills? So if that's not the case, then you shouldn't be worried about that. We want to get someone who's going to love us. And if we're looking for looks, I'll never forget, I was in a store one time. We were looking at guys, there's some pictures up. And one of them lady was like, "Ooh, I got to have a husband. He's got to have a six-pack. He's got to have this. He's got to have that." And all these were physical attributes. I said, "Baby, don't you want somebody that's nice?" No, and I couldn't date a nerd. And I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that. I said, "Honey, I can get a nerd in a minute." Because that nerd is probably going to have some skills. It's going to help him to make a lot of money. He's going to help me with the bills. He's good to me. If he's good to my children, if he's taking care of me, if he makes me feel good about myself, I could do it. I can do it. I don't have to roll over and look at somebody gorgeous every day. I'm not saying I want anybody that's butt ugly, but let me tell you, I can do it. I want someone who's good to me. So let's make sure we're looking at the right thing, that we're not just looking at the physical, that we're not just wanting what's his name? Jody. But we're wanting someone that's going to help us be our best. And do this person build you up? Do he build you up? Does he support you when you need to be supported? Is he there for you? That's what counts. That's what's important. And I'm not saying he supports you when you're doing things that are wrong, but he supports you when you are trying to be your best self, when you are trying to start that business, or when you're trying to make it with the kids. What is this person doing to help you? These are the questions that you need to be asking yourself when you get to talking about finding a partner or a spouse or someone that you're going to be involved with for the long term. Okay, ladies? We want our best. We want the best. And there's nothing wrong with holding out. No, you're not too late. No, you don't have to accept the first thing, smoking, just because you're over 30. That is a lie from hell. There are men out there, and yes, you may have to find someone that's not a brother. Now, I'm all for my brothers, but if you are dating someone that's not a brother, that's okay. Whatever is going to help you. And if you are one of my other sisters, you know what I mean. There is not a rush to get married. You're not in a shortage. You're not desperate. And once you get rid of that desperate thinking, then you can move forward. So know what you're looking for in a husband. I think it's okay to sit down, take a minute, write out a list of what qualities you want in a man. What do you want him to do? So I am in the process right now of designing a journal on how to know this is the one for you. So be sure that you check that out. I'll leave a link to it when I finish in the description below. Just sort of look for it. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. But let's make wise decisions when we're choosing a partner. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you in the next podcast of Hey Sister by 2Q Sister.